here we go, everybody. We're gonna do part 2 of the hat. We're gonna do the crown today. So let's get started. Okay, everybody. So let's get started working on the crown of our hat, which is the top half. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna grab your other color, your primary color. For me, that's the blue. We're gonna use our pattern, so keep it close if you're following along. You're gonna need your ring that you made of your squares, like this. And we're gonna start on the top edge here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our primary color and we're going to make a slip knot, put our hook in, and what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch in any chain 2 space on the top edge of your piece of work here. And that for us is the corner spaces for the squares. So I'm going to start in this blue one right here. So I'm just going to slip stitch into it. There we go. And now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 and then single crochet in the same space. Just like that. Okay, and now that we've chained 1, we've slip stitched and chained 1, and we've also done 1 single crochet in the first stitch. So now what you're going to do is you can work over your little tail here, which is what I'm going to do. Less sewing for us later. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a single crochet in every double crochet, in every chain 1 space, and every chain 2 space. So you're basically going to put 1 single crochet in every single stitch and space all the way around. But we'll do the first few together. So there's 1, and then the second one is right here, right after where you chained. So I'll show you. So here's your chain 2 space right here, where my finger is coming through. Then the next one is right beside it. You may have to move your single crochet to see it, but it's right here. So then you're going to single crochet in that space, and then the next couple double crochets, then 1 in the chain 1 space, and then again in the next 3 double crochets, while working over your tail if you want. Okay, and then another 1 in the chain 1 space, then 1 in the first, and the next 3 double crochets, and then 1 in the chain 2 space, and then you're going to go over to the next corner and put 1 in the corner in the next chain 2 space, and you're just going to work all the way around until you get back to where you started. And once you get there, I will meet you. Okay, I'm about to finish my first round, so let's finish it off together. So you're going to put 1 in that chain 2 space and then join to the top of that first single crochet that you made with a slip stitch. And there we go. We finished our first round. Now, as you can see, just to help myself along, I put little stitch markers every 10 stitches. So that way, if I lost count, you can go back and go, okay, well, 10, 20, and so on. I did that to help me count. It's totally up to you whether or not you need them or want them. If you find they get in your way, that's okay. Not a big deal. I'm just going to take them out so they're not in my way right now. But I'm going to put them off to the side because I might use them again in a few minutes. So that is first round complete. Okay, so let's move on to round 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and what we're going to do is what's called single crochet 2 together. So we're going to put 2 single crochets together to make our hat top close in smaller so it'll fit our head properly. So what you want to do is you want to put a single crochet. So you want to start 1 in the first, but don't pull through those 2 loops yet. You're going to go into the second single crochet and then pull up a 3rd loop, and then you're going to go over and around through both loops. Okay, and then you're going to single crochet in the next 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 11. Okay, now we're going to do that single crochet 2 together again. So we're going to go in the next stitch, pull up a loop. In the one after that, pull up another loop. So you have 3 loops, and then pull through all 3 loops. And then you're going to do that all the way around and join your round back where you started. Now, if you wanted to keep track of where you're starting, you can put a stitch marker. That way you know, oh, okay, I started here, so then you don't get lost. So keep going, and I will meet you up towards the end of row 2. All right, I'm getting ready to finish off round 2. How's everybody else doing? So I'm going to make my final 11 stitches, and then I'm going to join to the top of that first single crochet that we did, or the first single crochet 2 together, I should say. Be careful not to split your yarn. It's really annoying when that happens. Okay, I'm going to take out my stitch marker, and then I'm going to join to the top of that first single crochet I did, just like that. There, round 2 is finished. I don't know, I think our hats are looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Okay, on to round 3. So we're going to chain 1 just like we did before, and then we're going to do the same thing we did from the last round. We're going to do single crochet 2 together. So put your hook in for the first one, pull up a loop, put your hook into the second stitch, pull up another loop till you have 3, yarn over and go through all 3 loops. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go and put a single crochet in the next 10 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 10. Then you're going to do a single crochet 2 together again, just like that. Okay, and then you're going to go through and do another 10 single crochets. 1, 10. Okay, and then single crochet 2 together, pull up a loop, pull up another loop, and yarn over and all through 3. There we go. Now keep going and finish off that round, and I'll meet you up when you've joined your round. Okay, let's do round 4. So again, like previous rounds, chain 1, now single crochet 2 together, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, pull through all 3. And now you're going to go through and you're going to put a single crochet in the next 9 stitches. So if anybody is noticing, there's a bit of a pattern. So on your pattern, if you're following along, so round 4 you're going to do 9, then 5 you're going to do 8, and so on and so forth. So let's do round 4. We're going to do 9 stitches, 9 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 8, and 9, and then single crochet 2 together. And repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet up with you when you're done. Okay, now let's do round 5. So chain 1, single crochet 2 together, and then you're going to do a single crochet in the next 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, and 8, and then single crochet 2 together, just like that. And then again, you're going to do that all the way around until you meet back where you started. And like I've said before, if you want to put a stitch marker in that first single crochet 2 together that you do, that way you know where you're starting and where you're finishing, so you don't put one in the wrong spot. But I will meet up with you when you are finished round 5. Okay, so are you finished round 5? I know I did. And look at how wonderful our hat's turning out. Can't wait to wear it. So I'm going to turn you loose. So you're going to go and do rounds 6 to 12 on your own, following the pattern if you have the pattern. And if not, you're just going to follow the pattern the way we've been doing it. Chain 1, single crochet 2 together in that first one, and then 1 in each of the next stitches. And you're just going to go down by 1 every single row. So round 6, you're going to do chain 1, single crochet 2 together, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. And I will meet up with you when we're finishing up round 12. Okay, how's everybody's work doing? I just finished round 6 and 7. So this is kind of what your hat should look like after those 2 rounds. Just like that. And as you can see, your hat's starting to taper inward. So what'll happen is you keep going the way you are, dropping down. So the next round, after round 7, you'll do chain 1, single crochet 2 together, 1 in each of the next 5 single crochets, and then eventually you'll go to 4, 3, 2, and then none, and then eventually you'll get to the point where you'll be sewing your hat closed. So I'll check in another 2 rounds, but keep going, everybody. You're doing great. Okay, I just finished rounds 8 and 9. So this is what your hat should look like after rounds 8 and 9. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next 3 rounds, and I will join up with you when you have finished round 12. See you soon. Okay, everybody, did you get to round 12? If you didn't, just pause the video and catch up. So we're going to do the last round of the top of your hat, of the crown, together. So we're going to finish it off. So for round 13, and your hole might be a little small, but that's okay. We're just going to take our time and do it together. So like in the previous rounds, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and it says in your pattern, so follow along with me. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet 2 together, that first one, like we've been doing. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to repeat that all the way around until you're down to 6 single crochets. So that was 1, that's 2. Now again, your hole might be a little small. Just take your time. There's no rush. That's 3, 4. Okay. 5. I think we got time enough for 1 more. So you should be able to do 6 all the way around, and then join with a slip stitch to the very top, and there we have it. We have completed the crown almost. So what you're going to do is you're going to fasten off just by chaining 1, and then you're going to snip your yarn so that way we can sew the top of our hat closed. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to leave a little bit of a tail so we can sew the top of our hat closed. That should be enough. Stretch it out so just a little bit. Then you're going to pull your loop all the way through. Then you're going to grab your yarn needle. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to draw through the remaining stitches. So what you're going to do is you are going to, just let me turn my light on, make it a little bit brighter. So what you're going to do is you're going to just go under the loops of the remaining 6 stitches that you have. You're kind of going to make like a drawstring. Okay, I'm just going through those top loops that are facing you. It's going to make it really easy to close your hat, and it's going to make it really neat and tidy as well. And then what you're going to do is this. You're just going to pull it closed. So now you have no hole. And then if you want to, you can just go back and forth just to close it a little better. Make sure it stays that way. And then if you wanted to, What I'm going to do is I'm going to pass my yarn tail through the inside of my hat. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to weave this end in a little bit on the inside, so that way it doesn't come undone on me. Just going to find a few stitches to run it through on, so that way it doesn't come out on me. Just like this. Snip my yarn. There we go. And there we have it. We have completed the crown of our hat. So now let's move on to the brim. And that's it for part 2, everybody. Stay tuned for part 3. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.